Hey everyone, I'm Clue, and welcome back to the Runechant Data Pack. So, last time we went over rune crafting, right? But none of that's necessary, because today we're following the physical art, right? And the branch we're going to follow is this, the Smithing Table Codex. Now, this was released as its own data pack. So, if you remember, or if you checked it out, seen it, I did release a armor trim data pack, right? Where I gave all the armor trims and the materials different effects. Now, for all intents and purposes, that was always going to be a part of this pack, right? It was initially built as part of this pack, but then because people expressed a little bit of interest out of it, out of all the features that I did show up here and there, I decided to pull it out and release it separately. Now, unfortunately, with this pack actually being available, I have no intention to update that pack, right? Any iteration of it will feature in this pack only, for a few reasons. One, it's kind of annoying to pull it out, right, and separate all the advancements, making it its own thing. And overall, just my time I wanna spend finishing this completely. So I don't wanna again go through that hassle when, if you want to play with it, well, it's available in this data pack. Yeah, I understand you might not want all the features of this data pack, like the mob abilities or anything like that, but them the breaks, unfortunately. Anyway, let's jump into it. So you might have seen it before. All it is depending on what material you use and what templates you use, you're going to get different bonuses on armor. So for instance, if we grab Tidal and we will grab Lapis, because that's the easiest one to show off, right? And then a full set of Netherite armor, we can go ahead and trim it and give it the Tidal buff as well as the Lapis buff. So smithing table, templates, Lapis, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And as you can see, we have Tidal plating was our unlock. Now, surprisingly, I did not get Lapis, it looks like. That's interesting. Let me check the advancements. Nice and simple. I have it as Lapis Lazuli in the check, and obviously it's only Lapis because they're very random, right? When they want to use full names, when they want to use abbreviations, you can definitely tell who worked on what, right? And their own preference. Anyway, if we reload, it should do the trick, I think. Maybe it just shows up. Yeah, because it triggered before we actually load in. So we have material Lapis, trimmed equipment, increases movement speed by 9%. Wearing a full set of armor trimmed in this material provides a bonus to speed. Then we have Tidal plating. When wearing a full set of armor trimmed with this pattern, gain increased effectiveness while in water. So hopefully, equipping this, yes, we can see a slight FOV increase, right? Very slight though. That's kind of weird. Oh, I'm holding on to it. So that's another thing. In this pack, shields and weapons are now trimmable too, which we might as well show off, right? So for instance, I can take a sword and I can give it the Tidal plating, and oh, that's not the right table. Where did I put it? Did I destroy it accidentally? I guess I did. All right. Yeah, so we can trim a sword as well, right? And having this in our main hand is going to give us that speed boost. Having it in our offhand will also give the speed boost. So for instance, it was 9% per piece, right? So we can go main hand, offhand, that's 18, and then 4 more pieces, that's 36, and then 56%. So pretty sizable, right? And you can trim it with all different things for all the different buffs. And I do believe they have effects. I'm not quite sure what they are. I mean, we'll probably test it out, but I don't think I have a codex of the weapon buffs, which I should probably add in, and I probably will add in, but then I also have to look up a bunch of stuff. Anyway, as for the armor, we equip it all, we gain a speed boost, and as you can see, having the full set gets us a bonus effect as well. In this case, we get passive speed, so we'll always have speed 1, I think it is, right, as a little extra bonus. And then because we have Tidal plating, if we hop in the water, we should get some particles, which we can see, but then we get Dolphin's Grace and Conduit Power, right? So pretty good for exploring. I mean, you've already cleared the underwater temples, right, to get the template. So I guess use it to clear more, or build underwater if you want. You know what? We might as well summon in a husk. I do know it's still tied to luck, right? So there is a secret luck check going on. That means we won't necessarily proc the effect before we finish off the enemy. It might be a dash effect though. No, it might be a sneak effect. No, I'll have to look them up and add them in. But we might as well go ahead and grant all the advancements. So if I go us from, and we go Runechant, physical crafting, perfect. And then we want, I think it's the smithing table, but I'm not quite sure. Equipment tinkering. Let me look, That's probably the smart thing to do, right? Because I have the advancements open. So it should be connected to the block smithing table advancement. And again, all these will unlock as you trim items, right? Although I should double check that all the wording is correct. But if we look at our advancement page now, there you go. We have all the trims, all their effects, and then we have all the materials, including the new materials. So for instance, enderpearls are something added with the pack, same with like slime balls, and they all have different effects. So for instance, enderpearls increases attack speed by 3% and movement speed by 6%. So it's in between some of the other effects. So for instance, Lapis was 9% speed, you lose 3%, but that 3% then goes to attack. But then wearing a full set of armor trimmed in this material provides the ability to teleport others on contact. So that's pretty fun to mess around with. What's another one we can read? Here we go. So 3% attack, 3% speed, sorry, 3% damage, 3% attack speed, 3% movement speed, right? So pretty good for combat. And then the ability to inflict glowing on contact and passively clears nausea and poison. Slime balls, knockback resistance by 6% because you're sticky, right? Movement speed by 3%, I guess because you're bouncy was the mentality. And then wearing a full set of armor trimmed in this provides a bonus to jumping, right? So they all have those additive effects. And yeah, there are now an extra 7. Did I do it right? No, I feel like there's only 10 to begin with, right? And I've added in a lot more than that. Anyway, there's plenty more to play around with. And then again, we have all the trimming. Now, it was brought to my attention in the old version, oops, I stepped on that, that netherite was not working correctly. So I do want to just check that out. So netherite should give a bonus to everything, right? No, I changed it, yes. Nether star is a bonus to everything. So this is the slight difference. Increases armor by 6% and armor toughness by 3. Wearing a full set prevents levitation and slow falling, right? So you're immune to shulkers, but then you also will take a bonus fall damage because you're heavy. So yeah, there are slight differences. I guess overall more things are balanced around this pack. And well, you know, we'll check it out anyway to make sure it works. We'll take off our set. Trim it with, we'll stick with title. I could have probably showed off something else, but that'll do. Right, so equip the full set. Now, in terms of the armor, we can't really tell. We might be able to. Let me go to survival. Right, so we have full armor. I'm pretty sure you have full armor with netherite anyway. If I give myself, say, the chest plate, that should have the biggest impact. So netherite, chest somewhere under C. There we go. Right, so just a normal chest plate is, if that would clear, I think it's 3.5. Might be 4 exactly. I guess we'll wait for the word to clear. Right, so it's 4 exactly. With the trim, it is still 4, unfortunately. Yeah, so there's not a great way to tell because, again, it's only a minor bonus. The whole point is once you stack everything together, then it becomes a lot more impactful. But I can show off the immunity. So, for instance, if I go effect, give us levitation, right? We'll go, I don't know, 99, 1, right? So we try to get off the ground, but it clears it. So you're immune to levitation, but then again, you're immune to slow falling. We'll go back to creative. Now, there are a few other things. Do I spoil them? That's the question. Because there are some extra trims, right, that aren't necessarily listed here. I don't think I've made a way to unlock 3 of them. I did end up putting them into the released pack, right? The Gladiator, Archer, and Mage trims. But there are also a bunch of leather trims, which I think we'll hold on to because that is part of this advancement more so. Let me look through the advancements if there's anything else for us to quickly go over. Yeah, no, not without spoiling some other features, so we'll hold off. But what I will do is I think I'll add in the advancements. Plus, I need to tweak a few of these. For instance, sentinel plating, right? It's cut off unless you have it perfectly placed. And then you can read the whole thing. So I do need to trim that down. But it does have a lot of effects, as you can probably read there. And wild is sort of similar, right? If it's too high, you can't read everything. But then I'll also add in the weapon effects. I mean, we should be able to do this. If I give myself luck, not clear, give at all luck, infinite 99, and true. Now that we have max luck, we should inflict this every time. Makes me think it is not on hits. I have to look up what the effects are. Did I do the platings? I'm pretty sure I did the platings. Let me double check. And of course, I picked one of the ones that doesn't trigger through attacking. Okay. If we head into survival, and I have this in my main hand. Yeah. So what happens is, as you can see under the little text bar, we are getting absorption. Now again, this is triggered by luck, right? So it wouldn't be every single time. So as soon as we take actual damage, it'll trigger again. But it also sprouts some water, which hopefully should help you get away. And it doesn't do that effective job. I might need to make it a larger area so it pushes everything back because it sort of flows in one-ish direction, right? And you're using all your different abilities, right? But the hungers, I think I have tons of saturation at the current iteration, right? But it should slow them down a little and help you maybe get away. So it's just a passive one for taking damage. I will write all the advancements to make it easier for us to just go through them quickly. Right, that's a little better. So we have pattern bonuses still, but having perfected the art of trimming, weapons and tools are now trimmable. Codex of effects. Why is that a bit weird? Codex of bonuses, codex of... Okay, so I need to fix up the wording, that's fine. Codex of the effects granted to weapons. Codex of the effects, weapons and tools, comma maybe, right? Codex of the effects, weapons and tools gained from different patterns. All chance effects are improved by the luck attribute. Anyway, self-explanatory. So having a weapon or tool trimmed with this pattern in your main hand or offhand grants the chance to create a protective water bubble when taking damage, right? I think that sums it up decently. So again, main hand or offhand doesn't matter, meaning you can have two abilities actually function, right? So that is nice and handy. But we'll go ahead, grant all the advancements, and check out the rest, right? So I believe it's on weapon upgrades. I think that's what it was. Or weapons. Opposite way around. Upgrade weapons, right? So we now get all the different trims. Again, you'll unlock them as you trim anything. So if you trim armor, you'll unlock both. If you trim weapons, you'll unlock both, right? But we can see them. They should be in exact... Well, they're not quite in the same order. They sort of flipped. Okay. So, sentinel plating, for instance. Having a weapon or tool trimmed with this pattern, right? Same sort of starting notion. But then it says, grants the ability to teleport to the nearest entity by shifting. So we do have both chance effects and then effects that can be triggered by shifting or sprinting, I think is the other guaranteed. And there's some capitalization. Generally speaking, I try to capitalize the important words, right? So, because this is triggered by attacking, main hand, offhand, chance, right? I want to capitalize those words just to make them being the main takeaway. But anyway, we'll try out Sentinel because I'm curious where it'll take us. So we'll go back into Creative and grab out the Sentinel plating. I'm also tempted to make it cost experience. I do like having an entry level because there are some weapons later on that all cost experience. But we should be able to shift. We can hear it. But I guess there's no entity within our range. Basically, the effect I was going for was you can come to, someone's aid, right? So if you're close and you're seeing them being attacked, and I keep stepping on the teleport pads, right? We can shift, or you can fight, right? So shift, fight, and you can just teleport to, well, the main idea is villages. So Sentry, I believe Sentry is all the villager ones, right? Yeah. No, Sentinel. Sentinel plating, but it's called the Sentry trim, right? So there are, again, ton of effects, weapons, shields, bows. The bows, though, aren't like arrows or anything like that, but there's still these main effects. So you probably want to look for one that's not on attack, or the taking damage, or the shift and sprint, right? Could be useful. But yeah, so we have the normal armor stuff, and then we have the new weapon stuff, right? And they all benefit from the attribute bonuses from the trims. So I do like that it's in the middle. Fortunately, I don't control where they go, right? I think it's dictated sort of by unlock as well, or what loads in first. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it there, right? So that's all the trimming stuff. So again, it's everything the last pack had and more. Again, the intended purpose being everything was made for this pack, and this pack was the root idea, right? So yeah, I'm not going to work on the other one, not going to pull it out, unfortunately, but they're all accessible in this starter pack. So hope you enjoy, hope you have fun. Again, it's just nice and simple for this one. Just trim something and enjoy the new effects. See ya.